Yo, it's the Talk with B podcast, posting every Tuesday, where we talk about anything and everything, hosted by Branden-Lee, aka B Lee. Come on and tune in with me on all social media platforms so we can have a talk. All right, guys, it's B Lee here, and of course, you heard my first episode. We had one of the writers from We Got the Funk, and now today, I have Reels HD, who came on here with us today. He's over in Spain, so I wanted to give him a good thank you for getting on here. Right now, it's about 12 midnight for him here on my time. It's roughly about 7:30. So for him to come on this podcast, I mean, we really got something good to talk about, right? So I met him originally. So Reels, I met you just by playing off of video games, over maybe 10, 12 years ago?
Shit, man. There's some numbers there, but they can mean anything. It was a long time ago.
Very long time. So we actually hooked up online here. Don't mean that in a weird way. Been friends for so long, and that's the kind of thing that I like about video games and social media. Because if you listen to my last podcast before, you would know that I use social media as a timeline. But me being able to connect with somebody that I don't know on a video game and still be friends with them for years and years and lives across the country is freaking amazing. So it kind of reminds me of the movie Player One. You remember that movie? You don't know who you're freaking talking to over there on the other side of the mic. Now, luckily for me, you was actually a dude, and you're really cool and down to earth. So that's what's up. Yeah. So what's the weather like? Like over here in PA right now, the weather is roughly, I think it's 60, 50 degrees. We're getting into springtime. What's the weather like over there?
I mean, we can start with small talk, or let's get straight into it, man. Because I know the crowd ain't looking to find out what the weather is like over here, man. So let's get straight into it. So look, all right. Yeah, the weather. First, I'm gonna answer your question. The weather over here is weathering, man. It's weathering. There's weather. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Spain, right? So, you'd imagine there's lots of ice and snow. Yeah. Just joking.
Now we're talking about weather.
They ain't trying to listen to no weather, right? So let's get into it, right?
So let's get into it, right? So we talking about weather. So what's up with cloud season?
All right, you want to talk about weather? All right. Yeah, you want to talk about, was it HARP? HARP, yeah.
Oh, you're trying to take it back to Project HARP. You know that thing got faded out a long time ago.
Well, there's two websites for HARP, right? There's the official website, and then there's the unofficial website. Depends which one you want to learn about, I guess. But they're both there on Google. Just check it out. Type in HARP. You'll see the official website. Yeah, man, there's a lot of crazy stuff in this world, right? Like the world we live in these days, everything's a conspiracy. Everything's conspirafact. Or, I don't even call anyone a conspiracist anymore. I call it conspirafact, because this shit is just seems to be day to day, year to year, is more and more things are becoming true and less science fiction and more fiction. So, I mean, yeah.
I can agree. I mean, but there's a thought of things. I mean, I know you're saying that, the conspiracy people are the fact tellers or the facts people now. But I mean, there's still everything that we can always question. That's one of the main things I love, being who I am, and I got passed through school because I was good at sports. I started to look up my own stuff that I wanted to find out later on in life. And and I was stuck in a small circle for a long time. I started my company and whatnot, and it gave me the flexibility and freedom to start traveling. Me, I was closed-minded. For instance, I keep talking about Puerto Rico because I've been there the last 6 months. And I thought everybody in Puerto Rico was your complexion, light skin, with that yellow. But I found out that
this is light skin,
not light skin, but you know what I'm saying, lighter than me. All right, you an in-house slave, I'm an outhouse slave. So the freaking I thought they were, and then I found out it was dark. There was some darker than me, some of my complexion, and I'm like, what is going on? And then
you mean Wesley Snipes level dark, right?
Wesley Snipes level dark, right? So it kind of mind blew me just to know how big the world really is, and like stop saying so closed minded. I actually forgot where I was going with this.
You're good, man. Look, the way we're gonna do this is we're just gonna let it flow, man. There doesn't need to be too much direction. We're just gonna let it
Well,
happen
that's what it's
naturally, man.
all.
That's the
That's
best way.
funny. That's
Yep.
the best part. That's what's all about the podcast.
Yeah, yeah. This is but yeah, man. Like it's been a long time, that I've known you. I mean, many years, and I think it's crazy as well, right? Like to come from a gaming background, meeting someone online, many, many years ago to actually like, putting a face to the name and like properly, being friends for many years. It's an incredible thing, man. And obviously we've known some people as well that's come and gone over the years, which I'm sure we both keep in mind every now and again. But yeah, like, this world is a bit of a conspiracy kind of crazy thing going on right now. I think you'll agree. I think basically with Epstein specifically, like he had all fingers in all pies. This dude literally knew every position of power. He basically made it his business to kind of become knowing and, rub shoulders with everyone. I mean, look at Trump, right? Like Trump is in the Epstein files like so many times. And don't get me wrong, like you can have the political side on the left or the right. It really doesn't matter. You can't deny the fact that the dude is in the files like so many million. Yeah, yeah.
Here's the
Everyone,
thing.
everyone, all
Here's the
the
thing.
celebrities.
I don't know if you remember, but about 2 or 3 years ago, when this first happened, right? They were getting ready to
Mhm.
have a trial. All right. They're getting ready to have a trial, and they were getting ready to expose the entire list. And an hour or 2 hours before that list got exposed before the trial, the whole system, the whole court system got DDoSed. Now you know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
DDoS is, being a gamer that me and you are. We all know about that good old DDoS. So who
hmm
the heck is DDoS? And not only did they get
It
DDoS,
was it was
but also
probably anonymous. Anonymous says that they have access to the files. So they most likely was one of the anonymous that was trying to get
do
the
they
access back then.
exist?
Most
Do,
likely.
it, do they really exist? And if they
Yeah, yeah.
did, why didn't they give us a list? Why didn't they give us a list? Did they hold it back?
They actually did. They actually did. Anonymous did release the real files recently, so you can
Okay.
actually check that out, and you can see all of the redacted ones. Yeah, there's a lot going on with that. I mean, like the world that we live in, man. The world that we live in is a disgusting place, and at the end of the day, it all comes down to money. Everything is fought over money. I mean, let's kind of talk a little bit about the Iran war, right? Like just for a second. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, like right now, everyone is talking about the Iran war. It's obviously, something big that's happening right now. I don't know if you noticed that like everything seems to almost be like a distraction. Like, and this happened with COVID as well, and with I don't know if
Iran's
you
all a
remember, right? Like
distraction. Yeah.
when COVID was ending, right? Like what was we all talking about? We was all talking about war with Ukraine and Russia. That's what the talk kind of changed from A to B, from COVID to Russian Ukrainian war. And it was
Mm.
like a distraction, And so they use these things as a distraction, and just the same with this Iran war, it is a distraction. Like so we was all talking about Epstein, and then what are we talking about after? We're talking about the Iran war. So, people in power, they guide us as sheep because, some of us are not sheep, some of us are black sheep that basically don't follow the crowd, so to speak, and we kind of try and guide them our own way. And, it seems that like my view on this is that they use war and big events as distractions to try and keep us from really pursuing the real truths in the world.
I love
Yeah.
that you say they. Who's they? Every time I talk to people are like, yo, they say, they.
That would be the
Who is they?
1%, the
It's the one
elites, the
percenters.
elites. Yeah, yeah,
Wow. That's
yeah,
deep.
yeah.
That's deep. Do you think like, because I mean, even when I like look, sometimes I look outside, I'm like, something don't look right. Something doesn't seem right. Like you say, you call the black sheep. I don't know if I consider myself a black sheep, but all I know is that I feel like something's not right. But do you think do you think like, I looked in the other day, I was watching something, they're talking about the Truman Show. Do you think that we're actually on a show? Like, do you think that
Yeah, yeah, we're
somebody's
we're
watching
we're
us
a
or like,
hundred. Basically, I would kind of refer to the simulation theory at that point. So,
really?
I don't know if you're familiar with simulation theory.
Nah, tell me about it.
So basically, the chances that we're living in a computer program right now is actually a whole lot higher than what any one of us wants to believe is possible. The reason behind that is I don't know if you guys out there listening has ever played a very realistic, game of some kind. Like I don't know if you've ever played the new Matrix game, seeing how high, definition and the AI that lives inside that game thinks it's real, it really, really thinks it's real inside that game. And the Matrix itself, man, like it's very possible that we are living in the Matrix right now and that we are in a simulation because the reality is that because at the end of the day, you've got like, potentially infinite years that as a human race or as an alien race, who knows, right? Who created the simulation. You've got a potential period of time there where we don't really know how long we've existed for. We have only records that kind of go back so far. But the reality is that, like, if we are being controlled by, like, aliens, or if we're being controlled by a higher consciousness or hive mind or anything, any reason that would try and
Yeah,
control us as a
hive
civ,
mind, bro. Hive mind.
yeah,
Yeah,
it,
beehive?
what,
Or what kind of hive?
like, you don't know exactly what I'm trying to get at is you don't know what means they would have for trying to control us. The chance that we are just simply the AI living in a game, that we are the NPCs and that our whole lives are just a computer program that was pre-programmed to do what it's meant to be doing. And everyone around us is just living in a pre-programmed world, the same as the Truman Show. And that there is only just one human being in this whole world that is real, and that we're just the NPCs to his life.
Why?
I
Well,
know no
you
one.
said first you said it's his. So do you think it's a guy or could it be a girl?
Potentially, it could be what we consider God. You ever thought about that? That like that one person that's real is God. And that essentially we are living in his world and that we're just the computer program to God's like life in the computer program?
Wait, okay, so now we're talking like this. Okay, so just imagine, let's just say that you or yourself is God, right? So
Hmm.
could you just imagine this? All right, so what if you were God, right? But you found out that inside your program, because you're a gamer, you work on computers, you do SEO, right? What if you
Hmm.
found out there's a virus inside you? Something like in the Mixed Matrix, something like Mr. Anderson inside Matrix. What would you do as God to try to find and what would you do? And what would you do to that virus? How would you kill it to him or her, whatever God it may be, he or her, whatever?
I would probably create laws and conspiracies to try and find the bug, the code that was wrong, right? And to try and find certain errors in that code to make themselves appear. Hence, the conspiracist would be the virus. So essentially, right, anyone that brings up bugs in the system, conspiracies, could potentially be a part of that virus to that computer program.
Dude, that deep if you really think about it. So I love
Hmm.
that you're talking about this because I actually came across this book because I've been driving truck a lot lately now. So
Hmm.
I'm constantly always working, but when I'm working, I'm listening to audiobooks. And there's this one audiobook that I stumbled across here, and that's why I love Spotify right now because they have audiobooks on there and it's all free, part of the premium. Spotify, if you listen to somebody knows that works at Spotify, shoot me some because I'm gonna put an ad in here because I need that. I need that ad. Let me
Plug incoming, incoming plug.
sorry, plug. Let's get it. Oh, Book and Dagger by Elise Graham. This book is freaking amazing. It's about pretty much how scholars and libertarians became spies in the World War II era. And
Hmm.
some of the stories and stuff that they're talking about is like their own CIA or whatever, the spies, I don't know, CIA or not, but the spies that they're talking about had what do you call it? I guess rogue agents within their organization. So kind of like in the CIA, there's rogue people that work for them than other people. And it's like we're
Hmm.
talking about the Matrix or where we believe or you believe that God made all this. And
Hmm.
the maybe someone went rogue with inside that program.
Almost sounds like you're talking about MK Ultra.
I don't even know what that is. What is it? School me. Put me on MK Ultra. What is it?
So MK Ultra, I actually only have a little bit of info about this because this is a bit of a deep conspiracy. So
Oh,
MK Ultra is meant to be a CIA project where basically they would uh hypnotize, as you will, certain sleeper agents that would basically be activated by the Russians or by the Chinese or by the CIA, and they would basically be activated to, commit certain offenses like assassinations attempts and
oh
different crazy things.
shit.
And MK Ultra would actually work through people's dreams, so they would be able to access them via a dream network. So basically, instead of them calling them on the phone and saying like a code, like what they do in, I don't know if anyone has seen the Marvels films, you've got the Winter Soldier, right? The Winter
Yeah.
Soldier in the Marvel films. He's basically like a MK Ultra sleeper agent. That's pretty much explains what I'm talking about there. Like he was controlled by the Russians to basically change his whole brain pattern, and they give him, code in different words, and he would activate and basically become their secret agent. That's basically what MK Ultra is, except the real life version of MK Ultra is actually even cooler than the Marvel movies. They actually would access you through your dreams. So they could have sleeper agents all over the world, and they would access a dream network and be able to activate you via the same similar concept. Like they would say certain words in a certain combination to activate you or turn you off. But they could do it for your dreams, which means that they potentially have had the ability since the 70s, 80s of accessing our dreams and pre-programming us.
Take your phone out your pocket, the 5G. No, don't put your phone, don't sit next to your phone. All that stuff is coming true as technology evolves because, excuse me, even you and I both know you're in IT. I didn't want to go in that field because technology changes every day. When you're in the IT, you got to stay on it
Yeah.
every 30 days. I know a guy
Especially with
that's,
AI. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my God.
especially with AI. So the thing is, like, I know a guy that's my dad, my dad's, one of his friends. He
Hmm.
was, he's a multi-millionaire. He started a datacom thing, and but
Silicon
his was
Valley kind of stuff, right?
Silicon Valley. He did
Hmm.
his off of he was on DSL, like dial-up network. He can't. I've been
Hmm.
talking to my dad, and this is his closest friend. He's like, dude, yeah, he's not doing good. I'm trying to talk to him. I went to go visit him. I'm like, well, what is he doing? He's like, he's still running DSL. I said, why is he still on DSL? Why didn't he go? He said he doesn't want to go back to school. He's like, all right, but why didn't he go back to school to go to do files, right? Or why didn't he
Hmm.
go to school to learn Wi-Fi or change with the IT? That goes back to saying it changes all the time. But this guy was willing to lose his $1 million company that he had out in
Okay.
Colorado, all because he was stingy enough to freaking not adapt and change, right? Kind of same
Hmm.
thing with Kodak. Kodak, they ended up doing bad because they didn't want to leave from film. They didn't want to go from film to the digital age, right? But
Hmm.
that's a little fun little
It's kind of
fact.
like
But
Blockbuster, right? They didn't want
well,
to, when they was given the Netflix deal, they didn't want to take it, and they
no,
they lost everything.
they
Yeah.
lost everything, and I kind of miss that type, man. Rolling up like Friday night, we better go get a movie. When I was younger, I always want to know what was behind that freaking black curtain. Now I know what's behind there now, but I always wanted to know. I
Hmm.
wanted to run back there. But I wanted to bounce back because you were talking about you're saying Marvel with MK
Yeah.
Ultra.
I mean,
That
like just
sounds
to kind
that
of
sounds
go
really
back a little
far
bit,
out. You really think
like
there's people? You really think they're doing stuff like that? Like, is that
yeah,
really?
man. Like this is the thing, right? The Illuminati might be like this crazy conspiracy thing, or this crazy cult society in people's minds, but like I said, it's fact, right? Like a lot of this stuff comes true, and we've been trying to tell you this for a long
Bro,
time.
but really,
The,
Illuminati. Come
you
on,
know,
man. Come on.
yeah,
You
Illuminati.
really,
Like
come
it's
on.
real, man.
Have you seen anybody in there? Have you been to an Illuminati event?
All right, so if
How
you
do
want
we
to
know?
know, right, like how I know that this stuff exists, so I don't know, you want to call it Illuminati or the Illuminati, it's up to you. But like at the end of the day, what they do is they basically tell us in films. The Illuminati is Satanists, okay? So the Illuminati has to actually be honest with you. Any Satanist has to tell you their plan. I used to be confused about that as well. I would think, like, why would a Satanist want to be honest? Like, why would they not just lie to me? Like, my concept of Satanism would be they're all liars and that they're trying to cheat me, right? But the reality is that a Satanist has to actually tell you the truth. Otherwise, it's not true Satanism, because it's part of their religion. Because remember, Satanism is a religion. It's just not the kind that we want to be following. So, yeah, they have to be honest with you. They have to tell you what their plans are. And the Illuminati are part of a satanic cult. They openly discuss in films and TV series what their plans are, exactly 30 years from when it's going to take place. But we are pretty much on the cusp of Terminator happening right now. Like, Skynet becoming real is essentially Starlink. Like, it's pretty much the same thing. Like, you've got like a network of satellites all over the world controlling AI and systems, which basically could be the beginning of AI. Yeah, like anyway, so basically Satanism is a real thing. My granddad actually was he was a high level Mason, and the Masons themselves are, you know, a lot of people would say they're part of the Illuminati. I don't know if they are, I don't know if they're not, but they are very much about truth and seeking truth. My understanding of the Masons is they're, you know, a society, secret society, or at least they used to be. Everything right
That's
now
all right.
is,
So I
yeah.
mean, that's what we're talking about. Secret society. So obviously they're not secret, right? So we
Not
talk
anymore,
about
no.
but here's it's you said it yourself, right? You're telling us all about these conspiracies with the MK Ultra, the Illuminati and
Hmm.
stuff. Everything's on the freaking internet. You can look it up, right? So
But
that's why
AI,
I feel
which
like there's no more
means are
secrets
you meant to
anymore with
believe
anything.
anything? Anything can appear in that video with that AI, and you will basically say that doesn't exist. That's AI.
But
So
I wanted
like,
to
you
bounce
know,
back because you're talking about every 30 years, right? So have you ever seen
okay,
the movie The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis?
okay, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah,
Okay. That movie now is 29 years old.
okay.
So in that movie, they had flying
So,
cars
so would
zooming
you not
around.
be agreeing then that 1 year from now we will see something with aliens?
Alien? No, not at all, bro. Why would
No?
we see someone with aliens?
So there's a
What
film
movie?
out right now called The Undisclosure or something about the undisclosure, because I'm sure you've all heard there's Congress meetings where they're discussing openly discussing AI sighting alien sightings of
Bro, that's
different
been going on
beings. There's
since
been a whole,
COVID. I've seen the alien
yeah.
UFOs when I was younger. That's been going on for years. I know they're there. They won't talk. I mean, they've been putting out videos, but
Hmm.
everybody knows they're there. I mean, in Berkeley, California, they're doing rituals all the time. They call it aliens here.
So
All right.
you believe in aliens then, yeah? Is that right?
I do. An alien. So an alien is
No.
something that's undescribed, that's unseen, UFO, right? Unidentified object, right? It's something that's
Hmm.
unseen, that's different. But when we're talking about aliens, for instance, I went scuba diving. I seen this slug, or even that, an octopus. Imagine you didn't know what the
Yeah, yeah,
octopus
yeah. You
was,
think it was
or
an
anything
alien.
underneath the ocean in the dark. Like how
There's a
that
very
sound?
high chance. There's a very high chance that octopuses are aliens and that they just came off of a comet at some point. It's a very high
I
possibility.
mean, we got Darwin's
Yeah.
theory of evolution and how and everything
Look how
evolved.
intelligent
And
octopuses are. Like,
you
have
know what I'm
you
saying?
heard
Too?
the
Dolphins
stories
are
about
and
dolphins?
whales.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just about to say
There's it. You
dolphins,
can't even
bro.
talk the dog. I didn't know
Did
that. I
you?
was like, yo, I don't think so. Because it's all about how you grasp it. Okay. It's all about how you grasp
Hmm.
it. I mean, earlier you said, earlier you said, God made all this. We're in a matrix, everything's, being controlled. But then also you said that, we could be a spot in a bubble and then a meteor came down, and we're all on the meteor. So
Or
did
just a
God make us?
bacteria on a rock that
Or did we
like hit
come
the
down
right
from the human?
conditions,
We
you
get
know?
the
Yeah,
human
yeah.
genome from the meteor. We don't know what the f- is really going on, but
I mean,
the
science
thing is,
just said that that's what happened. Like, that we literally have just found a meteor that no other meteor in history has ever been found
I
until
mean, you
now
said
that
science, though.
contains our DNA. and this is the first one.
There's
So
a lot of people who don't believe in the theory of evolution and Darwin's theory of evolution. You got people who believe that Adam and Eve was first, but you got Darwin over here who believes that, it was the
yeah, yeah, there's
it
there's
was the
beliefs for everything.
Neanderthals and everything like that, and everything slowly became more and more. But then you got people that
Hmm.
think we just came from Adam and Eve, right? Banging,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and sorry.
There's nothing wrong with having a religious belief. My concept is in between. Like I might be based upon science, but I also believe that religion has its place. Um,
Like,
there's nothing wrong with having an in-between view. I don't understand why everyone's like either just science or just religion. It would be nicer to see some evolved humans that understand that both have its place, right? And that like there's a reason for both existing still, and that there's a reason for so many people believing in them. There's a reason. And at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong if you want to believe in religion of any kind, or if you want to believe in science, that's fine. It's up to you. At the end of the day, I don't believe that either is right or wrong. You
I
know?
know what you said there is like evolution of humans, evolving humans, meaning
Hmm.
growing and growth. So there's a book that's called The Emperor's Physician. And my
Hmm.
grandma, one time I actually took it from her house because she wasn't
Yeah, yeah.
reading the bookshelf. But it talks about these physicians, right? That were traveling through the time when Jesus was walking around, healing people, touching people, bringing them back to life and shit. But these people they were doctors and they were traveling
Hmm.
along and they actually ran into Jesus and they actually worked together. So they were using the spiritualness or the magic, right? The magic,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're using the medical side, with the
Hmm.
physicians coming together. So the science and then the religion. But here we're talking about religion, right? You're talking about Illuminati, Satanism. All is it vape pen time? Vape pen?
I'm just gonna hit that vape once because I don't know what's gonna happen if I keep hitting that vape. So
You're gonna fall asleep. It's almost 1 a.m. over there. So then we talk
one
about
and
religion.
one and done. One and done. Yeah.
So we talk about religion, right? So I ran into people. So mostly people think, oh, we love God. If I disobey God, my life's not going to go right. If I don't pray, bad things are going to happen, right? But
Hmm.
like you said, there's Satanism people, right? So I talk to people
Hmm.
who are satanic and their lives are fine, right? And I talk to people who are godly people. My uncle's a pastor and stuff like that. Their lives are fine. And I talk
Yeah.
to people who are spiritual people like myself. I don't pray or anything. I go out, I get grounded, I do my yoga and my meditations, and
Hmm.
my life is fine. I don't really pray
Right,
or
right,
anything.
right,
And
right,
then you
right.
got people who are atheists now. Hold me to this, because atheist people, a lot of people don't know. Atheists do not believe in Satan and they do not believe in God. They don't believe in any
Yeah,
spiritual.
yeah. Most
Most
people
people
believe
don't
an
know that.
atheist is actually a Satanist, but that's not
Right.
true.
And
An
that's
atheist is
exactly
someone that doesn't believe in anything. They have
anything.
no belief.
And
Hmm.
that's why I wanted to build on that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you know that because a lot of people don't because they're ignorant. But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, their lives are fine. So I really think like religion is really like a mindset, and even life is like a mindset. And I wanted to bounce this back because you're saying like Illuminati is all like dynamic evil stuff, right? But
So look,
if
this
you don't
this is what
believe
it
in it,
comes
how
down
would you
to.
be an Illuminati though? Like if
This
you, I'm
this is
just
what it
saying,
comes down to, bro.
how
Like
would
I
somebody be
know
in there? Do you have to
you
believe in
might you
religion?
might not you might not agree with me, but like everything comes back to control. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it's religion or science or not believing in anything, like an atheist or an agnostic that doesn't understand if either is true. Like the reality is it all comes back to control, all right? Like the reason why control is so important is because the 1%, the elites, the ones that control this world,
Get my pie. I want my piece of the pie. How do I get my piece of pie?
look, man, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, if we are all about control, if everything in the world is about control, so you fall in line as a people, everything, like racism, sexism, religion, sports, everything, it's just a form of control to either put you on the left or on the right, so that would be politics as well. All of it is just a form of control, right? So what they want you to not be focusing on them, right? Because if you're focusing on the people that own you, then you are not focused. Like if you're focused on them, then you're able to create a change. But if you're focused on what they want you to be focused on, which would be like racism, sexism, politics, sports, or religion, right? These are all basically created to make you distracted so you don't focus on them. Everything comes back to money, COVID, everything, war, everything comes back to money. So if money is the root of all evil, and the people that own...
It's the love of the money. Love of the money.
Yeah, well, the love, whatever, it's money. So the point is, right, if you are caring about money, then you need to understand why you care about money. You care about money because the world wants you to care about money, influencing different businesses. Because if you truly focused as a people, 99% towards the 1%, you would make changes that you couldn't imagine. And they don't want that information out there. That's the facts, right? Like that is something that they will not want you to know, that you're powerful, right? That you have power as being part of the 99%. It would be so easy to get rid of the 1%, is what I'm saying, right? Like they might have all the money in the world, but they don't have all the power, because the real power comes from being part of the majority, and you are the majority, right?
It sounds, I am the majority. It sounds like you're trying to start a regime here on this podcast or something.
No. I'm just giving you the facts.
Oh, don't get me canceled. This episode.
Every conspiracist knows this, bro. Other people are 99%. It's true. And they're 1%. And so the reality is, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you want to make it, if you want to become the next Joe Rogan podcast.
Become the next Joe Rogan.
This is how it's done, brother. This is how it's done, all right?
And also the better camera too, right? Because you can't see the new.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, right? Like when you talk about these types of subjects that they don't want you to talk about, then you are in a different league compared to the other podcasts, right? This is what Joe Rogan talks about on his show.
Man, too much TV. Give me 1 second. I think this might be.
Yeah. You're good, man. Yeah. Look, you know, all I know is, right, this world is a lot more complex than anyone wants to give it credit for. And the best we can do as human beings is just live a good life and be honest, you know, be ourselves. And so I would, my recommendation to you all would be to stop fearing and love a little bit more. Okay? Just be open, keep an open mind to what the possibilities are in this world. And the world will be a better place for sure.
Yo, it's the Talk with B podcast, posting every Tuesday, where we talk about anything and everything, hosted by Branden-Lee, aka B. Lee. Come on and tune in with me on all social media platforms so we can have a talk.